Want to help the channel? Go to shopclownfish.com where you can check out official Clownfish TV merchandise in our brand new shop. It helps us out. Also, check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/clownfishtv for more art and gaming live streams that we don't do on YouTube. We want to see you over there as well. Now let's get into the video. Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I'm here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And it's time to talk about The Last Jedi again because we can't get enough milk out of this fat alien walrus.
Funny story, I was going through our videos from our last trip and I came across the milk video where we talk about how it tastes like, I think you said ass and cereal milk.
It did. It was horrible. Now, the blue milk, this is at Galaxy's Edge, the blue milk was better than the green milk.
But that's not saying much.
But it all tastes like cleaning products, like fruity cleaning products. It was gross.
It was gross. Anyway, sorry, when you said the milking, it just reminded me of that video I just saw.
Yeah, well, Disney Star Wars tastes like ass.
Tastes like the green milk.
Tastes like the green milk. And funny thing happened yesterday. Was it yesterday or today? That The Last Jedi is trending again. Yes,
because they will not let this go. I don't know if you've noticed, but as of late, you keep hearing them bring this back repeatedly. And usually not long after, there's something about Rian Johnson trying to get his trilogy, or something about Kathleen Kennedy, or something about Leslie Headland showing up in the news right around the same time. Because these are all associated with Kathleen Kennedy. And if the rumors are true, she's trying to keep herself out there.
If the rumors are true, because, yeah, we're going to talk about this. Before we get into it, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We're over 125,000 subs, hoping for more. And always hoping for more. We're hoping for 125 million.
That's right. Good luck with that.
More than PewDiePie. That is not gonna happen, but we'll take what we can get. Thanks for the support, all of you. Anyway. Yeah, I think there's some weirdness going on. A lot of people think there's some weirdness going on at Lucasfilm. There's been a lot of talk about multiple factions within Lucasfilm kind of duking it out right now.
Which we're hearing from different places, too. It's not just one source.
It's not. Basically, you know, just to kind of recap this, there seems to be the Kathleen Kennedy camp, which would include Rian Johnson, anyone she's hired. Rian Johnson, Leslie Headland, the High Republic Project, all of these brain farts that Kathy Kennedy has had, and now she's not looking so hot compared to Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, who are over in the this other camp that kind of were doing their own thing over on The Mandalorian, and they're, I guess, being backed up by the George Lucas loyalists. Now, we're seeing some additional evidence of this. J.W. Rinsler, who worked for Lucasfilm for 15 years, worked with George Lucas, is saying without saying, because he can't break his non-compete, non-disparagement with Disney. But he said, there are absolutely factions within Lucasfilm. There are the Disney Lucasfilm people that Kathleen Kennedy brought in, and then there are the George loyalists, and then some people just left because they're like, it's not the same company, we don't want to deal with it. Clearly something's going on, though, that they keep bringing up The Last Jedi because nobody gives a shit.
Right, it's been years. No one ever talks about it. The last movie was not The Last Jedi. The last movie was Rise of Skywalker. But the media, it was the Last Jedi was the media darling. And then when they didn't get their sequel, or Rise of Skywalker wasn't the way they thought it should go, then they all pissed on it, which is why you see the reviews being the way they are.
Yeah.
But it's over. It's almost 3 years. No one cares. Everybody's ready to move on. Mandalorian's where everybody's talking about now. No one gives a flying fart about The Last Jedi. Yet it keeps coming up constantly, and almost always on Twitter.
Yeah, speaking of flying farts, they fly now?
They fly now. Oh, yes, they do.
They fly now?
They do. They fly now. But Twitter's easy to control.
Yeah, so this is what we're speculating could possibly potentially be going on. Because when you look at Disney, you look at Hollywood, and you start to see stuff trend on social media, a lot of times there's an instigator within Hollywood getting it trending.
And then all the usual suspects in the blog community and the quote-unquote trusted media suddenly jump on it too.
Yeah, so what could be going on here? Well, a couple of things. One, there were rumors that Kathleen Kennedy was going to step down sooner than expected. Now her contract is up next year.
Yeah, it was going to be next year no matter what, probably.
Next year no matter what. Those are rumors. We don't know what's going to happen. But Disney's Q3 earnings call is coming up.
I think it's the 4th of August.
And if you watched our last video where we talked about how bad Disney is doing, I mean, it's worse than they're letting on.
Right.
They're talking cuts. They're talking they're going to slice and dice. And I do not believe that Lucasfilm is going to be immune to those cutbacks.
No. Especially when it's not performing anywhere near what they expected it to. Galaxy's Edge didn't perform anywhere. I mean, before we get people bitching and moaning, yes, Galaxy's Edge would be busy, but I'm sorry, it didn't perform to what they expected it to perform. Of course, Walt Disney World did better. We all thought that would happen. We all said that would happen. But that would require listening comprehension skills, which many of these people lack.
Right. Now, there are rumors out there that Disney is shutting down some of Kathleen Kennedy's pet projects, too. Again, we don't know. But something is up that they have to get The Last Jedi trending again. And it almost feels like, well, let's talk about this. The Empire Strikes Back is back in theaters.
Right. It's being re-released. Not around here because none of the theaters are open. We're close to us.
Right, and it's top of the box office, and of all the movies...
it's not going to take much right now, let's be fair.
No. No, I mean, that's true. Like, how many movie theaters
are
actually open? We know a drive-in around here is open, and they've been playing old movies.
Yes.
But of all the Star Wars movies, Disney could re-release.
Well, it's the anniversary.
It is. It's also hands down the most popular Star Wars movie.
But according to certain people like Rian Johnson, it was hated. No one liked it, and everybody was disappointed with it. But now they're expecting it to bring like $500,000 this weekend. Yeah,
because I mean, I would love the opportunity to see Empire on the big screen again. I would. Last time I saw it on the big screen was special editions.
Me too.
So it'd be pretty cool to see it. But yeah, I mean, that's got to be kind of a kick to the nuts, too. On top of everything else, Rian Johnson was out there a couple of years ago trash talking Empire.
I think he was doing it more to try to justify his changes. Well, like Empire. It was controversial. My movie was controversial like Empire. He was trying to compare Last Jedi to Empire.
I was there, bitch. It wasn't. It wasn't. People liked The Empire Strikes Back. They loved The Empire Strikes Back. And Rian Johnson, you're a dick. You're a dick.
I thought he was a bitch.
He's a bitch dick.
I thought we were trying not to call names on this show.
We try not to, but sometimes you just gotta smack a bitch.
Okay.
Because look, I don't like calling people names, but when you spend years demonizing and attacking fandoms and trying to justify the hell out of your movie, which is the most divisive, despised thing out there, and you can't let it go. Almost 3 years, and they're still talking about this fucking movie.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. It's dead. Move on. And I think the fear is Disney might pull the plug on the sequel era and just be like, we're either rebooting it or we're not going to talk about it.
Well, the hypocrisy alone. Whenever people would bring up the original trilogy or the prequels, well, that was in the past. Stop talking about it. Let the past die. Kill it if you have to. You need to stop talking about it. Except for The Last Jedi. You have to keep bringing that shit up every other day.
Well, I think it's the media, too. Because, look, let's be honest.
Scott
Mendelson basically built a career out of constantly defending The Last Jedi. So many of these media outlets, these thirsty media outlets, God, they were getting the clicks. I mean, if you look at Google Trends from like the middle of 2017 to the middle of 2019, it was all Star Wars, Kathleen Kennedy, Last Jedi.
Right.
That's what everybody was interested in. And then once The Rise of Skywalker came out, people were like, yeah, we're done.
Well, that's what I mentioned earlier, too. Here's the kicker with that. Everybody's like, well, The Last Jedi got amazing reviews. Yes, because the media outlets were pandering and kissing and up to it and like, oh, it's the best thing ever. And they white knighted for it for years. So when The Rise of Skywalker came out and it was not... It kind of walked back everything in The Last Jedi. Of course it got bad reviews because the people that gave the Last Jedi great reviews were pissed that The Rise of Skywalker walked it back. So of course they gave it shitty reviews. And now they're still talking about The Last damn Jedi.
When you're gonna do marketing research and you're gonna kind of feel out the fandom to see what they want, you do it before you start the damn trilogy. You don't wait until the second movie drops the freaking ball and splits the fandom and destroys your revenue, because I'm sorry, the revenue from Star Wars is a fraction of what it should be. People have walked away from this franchise because you're a bunch of dumb bitches.
It's become the green milk.
It is the green milk that people are spitting out. They're not even giving it the honor of becoming shit. They're spitting it out as soon as they sip it. It's that bad. It doesn't even deserve to be shit.
That was a very unique way of describing it, but I appreciate it. It's very, very entertaining. Anyway.
But, I mean, everything that they've done, except for The Mandalorian... You're still laughing about that? Wasn't that funny?
It was. This picture. Okay, anyway, go ahead.
But it seriously, it's everything they've done except for The Mandalorian has been half-assed, not well received, completely missing any George at all. Like, there's no George in this, and
George isn't in this.
And then even beyond that, just the constant attacks on fans, the constant just FUs.
Well, something else you notice too with The Mandalorian, and when we talk to Favreau and Filoni and stuff, they often talk about the original Star Wars and how it impacted them and how much they loved it and how much it affected the way they do movies, and they're old school fans.
Yeah,
you hear them mention that all the time. With The Last Jedi, what you hear about is more like, subverting expectations. It's calling fans names. That kind of stuff is what you hear with it. Even associations. You can see one is associated strongly with the actual basis of the movie franchise.
Yeah.
And one's just trying to, give it their own rinse.
Yeah.
And interesting that the Russo brothers, they had talked to them, and they said if they had done the sequel trilogy, they would have made it about Luke.
Yeah, so the Russo brothers, who, did Avengers, did Captain America, I think did a very good job with those. And Game was kind of But, I did like Infinity War. The Russos weighed in on how they would have approached making Star Wars for a new generation had they been approached, and I think they probably should have been approached. I mean, I think being such Star Wars fanatics, we would have probably focused on the Luke Skywalker story. And so, to me, there was the potential for 3 movies focusing on that arc
coming to completion. Because that's what everybody thought they were going to flip and get.
I expected Luke to pass on the mantle and to die at the very end of the story.
Yeah,
become one with the Force. That was his story.
Or just go off and retire or something.
Retire.
But, it made no sense. We have, we're following the whole the Skywalker saga from the beginning through the original, from prequels to the original, and then you add up with all the new characters, and you're like, Luke is a puss, and now it's all about Rey, who doesn't turn to be related to the Skywalkers all. She's a flippin' Palpatine. It was pointless.
Rey's story is a side story.
It is a Palpatine saga. It's the
Palpatine saga. So basically, the Palpatines win at the end. They get everything. They get everything.
Yeah.
They win, and you can't kill them because they're always going to come back. So I'm just like, what the hell? So many missed opportunities. So yeah, I think there are camps. Like, you don't see this with The Mandalorian. They're just milking the hell out of Baby Yoda, but people like The Mandalorian, they're gonna come back for season 2, even though I personally think they're gonna screw it up. I think they're gonna try to spin it off into all these different shows and bring all these other goofy ass characters into it, and then tie it up with the cartoon shows that most people don't even watch. And then people are gonna be like, I don't know who these people are. Why are you bringing them into the show? And yeah, it's gonna be a mess because they're trying to build a universe out of it.
That's what they're doing. They're allegedly Filoni's gonna be overseeing this. That they're gonna take the Mandalorian and use it to launch like the Ahsoka Tano and all this other stuff, and they're all gonna go into their own shows that are separate but somehow related. And it's
just give us one good Star Wars series. No frills, no bells and whistles, no ulterior motives, no desire to pad it out into a bigger universe.
The desire is to be as true to the original as you can be, like the feel of Star Wars. And the Mandalorian's the closest we've gotten.
But that's not Disney. I think they were left to their own devices, and now that Bob Iger smells money, and God knows Disney needs money, now that he smelled money, he's going to milk that Baby Yoda.
Oh my God, he already was. As soon as that happened, before any of this stuff happened, with the shutdowns, he had himself on the cover of, was it Time with was it Time or Newsweek or one of them?
Time with
Baby Yoda, and it was right after.
Nothing in it. He had nothing in it, but it was Bob Iger, not Kathy Kennedy.
Well, it's because he was the most important person of the year or whatever the hell that was. Time's
Person of the Year. Yeah, Bob. Way to go. So yeah, I think there's definitely something going on. I think it's a symbiotic relationship. I'm seeing this too a lot with other pop culture franchises, since there's not a lot of new stuff coming out right now, that these journalists are going back and trying to cause more controversy.
I just sent you one earlier.
Talking about She-Ra.
Yep, just saw it today. I'm not going to go there, not going to cover it, but this one place did an article, and it basically was like, all the reasons that original She-Ra fans love the new show, and the reasons they gave are all the reasons that most of the fans have been complaining. Yeah,
because all these outlets want to roll back the clock to 2018, when they were in charge, when they were telling the fans what was what, and they were getting all kinds of hits, and the ad revenue was there. Hollywood was spending on these sites because they had it, and they could say whatever the hell they wanted with impunity, and it doesn't work that way anymore. A lot of these sites are laying people off. A lot of them are shutting down.
You can't keep calling people names for calling the fans names, because that doesn't work anymore. It worked at first to bully people, like, I don't want to be thought of as a bad person. They're saying if I don't like it, I'm this Isterphobe, and I don't want to be a bad person, so I won't say anything because I don't want to be told I'm a horrible person. And now people are like, it doesn't mean anything anymore. Keep throwing it at us, and we'll just throw it right back, because it kind of just means nothing now.
Yeah, and I think there is a fear that Disney's just going to step over this trilogy, because look, it made some money, but it also divided the fandom and has devalued the franchise. Couldn't sell toys. There's still freaking Rose Ticos and Snokes sitting on the shelves. People just sent me pictures the other day.
Yeah,
50 cents at some of these stores, and they're still sitting there.
Yeah.
3 years later, nobody wants this shit. They don't want it. They don't want it. It's less than shit at this point. It's gonna.
Well, no one ate it. That's why.
Yeah, it's just gonna clog up a landfill somewhere.
That's exactly what's gonna happen.
That landfill.
It's gonna constipate the earth.
Ichibaka put this video out there a couple months ago, showing them just like boxes and boxes and boxes of Disney Star Wars getting crunched up, getting ready to throw it in a dumpster somewhere. This is Disney Star Wars right here. Original Star Wars has value. Disney Star Wars is crap.
It's all gonna be shredded.
It's all gonna be shredded.
Oh my God.
It's worthless.
It's literally constipating the earth. So we're gonna use our stuff to hurt the environment.
Yeah, it's not worth it. This is Disney Star Wars right here. This is where Disney Star Wars goes to die. Pop stuff goes to Funko stuff goes to die. It all goes to the damn landfill. There it goes. Goodbye, Disney Star Wars. Goodbye, wow. Captain Marvel pins, or no, Ms. Marvel pins. Nobody wants you. Nobody wants.
Is it like loot boxes or something?
Yeah. Nobody wants your shit. Pop vinyls into the shredder. Into the shredder it goes. All this Disney shit that nobody wants. That's kind of
such a waste. Anyway,
it's horrible, but it also shows the lack of demand, because under normal circumstances, there should be demand for more, and they overproduced and nobody wants it. So we're gonna wrap it up.
Yep.
Okay, so please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Hey guys, thanks for watching Clownfish TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.